Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Planet X News, July 8th, 2020. Yeah, folks, it's been a little bit of time since I've done a live stream. And if you just give me 1 minute here, I'm going to pull up the live stream chat here and also give everybody a chance to get their notifications. Can everybody hear me real good? It's showing me right now that my stream health, according to YouTube, is not that good, even though I have super high speed internet access. But once again, these are the damn games that YouTube plays. And, frankly, I've been sick of it for quite some time. So everybody can hear me real good? Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this screen here. Okay, anyways, folks, maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but a few months ago, my ex-wife committed suicide during this whole entire COVID-19 hoax. And, that was pretty devastating for both of my kids. Both of them are in college, and they got a phone call from the building supervisor, the apartment building that she lives in South Florida. And she was found dead, and it was apparently a suicide and an overdose on alcohol and painkillers. But my ex-wife never took painkillers. She did have some, a few drinks from time to time, but she was no alcoholic. I don't know why this even occurred, but over the past couple of months, since I made that announcement, once again, these sickening, disgusting government troll operations went ahead, took advantage of the situation, and once again started harassing my family in very, very disgusting and devious ways. And, look, many years ago, folks, I've been doing this for a long, long time. I was informed well before I even jumped onto YouTube to show people this evidence that some of their tactics are quite harsh. Some could be quite dangerous. Planet X, Nibiru, Nemesis, whatever you want to call it. It's been a very, very serious topic going back all the way to the 1930s with famed astronomer Percival Lowell, Percival Lowell, searching for the 9th planet, the 10th planet, whatever you want to call it. And I guess this is the way that you rearrange science. You rewrite science. And as you can see, everything that's going on in the world right now, they want to rewrite everything. They want to rewrite American history. They want to destroy the government. They want to destroy everything. They want to destroy all past knowledge. And I do believe that that is one of the main reasons why I receive so much flack. Taking pot shots at me, I really don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. I'm very thick-skinned. But when you come after my family once again, well, that's a different story. And I have to protect my family at all costs. Now, YouTube, the pieces of shit that they are, they're the one online internet service that pretty much everybody in the world uses to do their videos. So in order to reach people, I had no choice. I had to go ahead and use YouTube. And they've become just one big censorship platform. Same thing with Facebook. Same thing with Twitter. They all have their agendas, and their agendas are very, very evil. I mean, straight up evil. And, what was it, like maybe 2.5 months ago, they sent me a notification and they demonetized my YouTube channel. Now, look, let's get something straight here. I wasn't making thousands and thousands of dollars a month on YouTube as some YouTube personality. I think, I don't know, the payments were like, I don't know, $250 a month. Big fucking deal. But everybody criticizes you. Oh, your channel's monetized. Oh, you're just doing this for money. Look, I've heard every stinking, scummy excuse. This is not for money. Believe me. But anyways, YouTube sent me a notification that they deemed one of my videos hate speech. Pfft. Where in the hell do you come up with hate speech when you're dealing with outer space? Oh, what? What are you hating on aliens or what? They're ridiculous. So anyways, the reason why you monetize a YouTube channel is, yeah, you could make some pretty good money, if you're real popular and YouTube isn't censoring you. But also, being monetized means that YouTube is putting ads on your videos to make money. I mean, who the hell pays your bills? So they'll put those videos to the forefront in order for them to get more visibility. Well, that was one of the main reasons why I monetized my YouTube channel back in 2016, and that was to get more visibility, and that I did. My early videos in 2016, 17, they would easily get between, 50,000 and, 200,000 views. But then as I started discovering more and more, and I started showing people more of the truth, the trolling operations, well, look out. And, people think that that's some kind of a fantasy, that there aren't government trolling operations. I unraveled their whole entire system in 2017 and 18, and that's why they hate my guts. I exposed all of them, from the UK to the US, and they do exist full time. Full time. Hold on one second, folks. But anyways, a good friend of mine that was in the military, he's the one he told me about these social media trolling operations. And he even got his hands on the actual PDF file, which was their training manual, both for the United States operations and the operations over in the UK. You could look up the information on the UK by simply Googling the initials JTRIG, JTRIG. Go ahead and read the information. But anyways, you got a bunch of dorky government agents sitting in a big, gigantic telemarketing room with computer monitors everywhere, using fake YouTube accounts, Gmail accounts, Twitter accounts, and Facebook accounts. And all they do is they go ahead and they disrupt the truth. And they monitor every stinking thing that you're saying and doing. Facebook knows everything about you. Facebook's moderators, and Facebook has been unraveled by James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. All these whistleblowers are coming out and saying how left-winged that Twitter is, and Facebook, and YouTube is the same way. So, they look for every stinking excuse to shut you down. Well, the reason why they've never simply just deleted my YouTube channel is because they want to continue to see what I'm finding. It's as simple as that. They could have shut my lights out a long time ago. But why cut off your source of information? Okay, so my last couple of videos, I haven't narrated or I haven't done any live streams. Why? Because YouTube's algorithm system listens to you. It records everything that you say. Their artificial intelligence just picks everything you say apart. And then the censoring starts. Your reach to all of your subscribers slows down like 90%. And that's been a big problem. I have over 90,000 subscribers to this channel, but only a few hundred people, maybe a few thousand people get their notifications. So it is what it is, And then, you have your YouTube comment section. And the troll babies like to get in there and they like to talk shit. And the reason why they do that is not to annoy me. It is to change your thought process. So if you're kind of new to YouTube and you're reading these comments and they're saying, oh, this guy's a fraud. Oh, the pictures are fake. The pictures are doctored, blah, 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 blah. Don't believe this. Don't believe that. Well, look, I'll be quite honest with you folks. Some of you are gullible and some of you do fall prey to what is said in the comment sections under YouTube videos, under Facebook posts, and the same damn thing goes with Twitter. So, like I've said before, you could examine all of the photographs. I've been working on this subject matter for over 2 decades. Okay? 2 decades. I'm not some boob tuber that, just decided to jump on YouTube and make bogus videos. Like, what the fuck is that? What does that prove? It proves nothing. Nothing. Where does it get me? Nowhere. So, once again, that's their bullshit false narrative that, they want you to believe. They don't want you to believe what you're seeing. They want you to think that it's all fake, that it's all imaginary. But yet you see the world itself, the earth, literally falling apart. Massive earthquakes worldwide. You know, the threat of flooding has increased tenfold. Look at the power of the sun. You know, I spent 30 minutes, how was it, about maybe 4 or 5 days ago. 30 minutes outside in the sun without a shirt. My whole entire back, along my shoulders and halfway down my back, is completely blistered. My forearms blistered, sides of my arms blistered with these little tiny little blisters. Sun poisoning. 30 minutes. You know, so we're undergoing very, very drastic changes. They don't want somebody like me having a massive, broad audience of millions of people listening to me tell you or educate you on what is happening. It is as simple as that. You can follow the false narrative that the bullshit fucking government puts out, or you can listen to somebody like me that will come straight at you and give you the truth every single time. I have nothing to gain by lying to you. I'm not looking for any more popularity. That much is a fact. Just revealing all of what I've captured over the years has destroyed my life, destroyed my business, devastated my family. Do any of you see any good in all of that? There's no fame and fortune in what I do. Zero. So what are my goals? Well, my goals are simply to show you the truth, rewrite science. And that's something that they don't want. You know, the deep powers that be, that actually do control the world, not your bullshit local governments, state governments, not your little rinky-dink country governments. Talking about the big players, man. The people, the group that actually controls the world. They don't want you listening to me. Just like they don't want you listening to a lot of other truthers that divulge incredible information on all of these false flag bullshit schemes that they put out there. And we all know they're bullshit. We debunk these false flags left and right. You know, just like the Las Vegas shooting a few years ago. You know, within 48 hours, I debunked that whole thing. I showed everybody that they were using a helicopter with a freaking machine gun inside of it to shoot those people. Next thing you know, my YouTube channel suspended. Same thing with the Orlando nightclub shooting. Oh, yeah. You got a couple of crisis actors running down the fucking street with a mannequin. A mannequin. Like it was a real person. So it's false flag after false flag, and they want you to follow their damn narrative. It is as simple as that. And it's not going to stop. If you've noticed, just over the last 6 months, how many situations have popped up? Oh, the George Floyd situation was so... Oh boy, whoever the hell put that together, they need to be fired. Because that was so damn fake. We all know it. And now, we have this huge racial tension throughout the entire United States and brewing in other countries. I mentioned all of this back in 2016. I told everybody 4 years ago that this was the plan. This is what will come. Where are we? We're here right now. It's staring all of you in the face, especially if you live here in the United States. It is what it is. It's reached my city terribly. And then you have the big COVID-19 scare. Now they just shut all of the counties around me. They just shut everything down again yesterday. It's one bullshit narrative after the next. That's all it is. See, they want to divert your attention from where the truth really lies. All of the mainstream news networks, well, they're all controlled by you know who. All of the newspapers, all of the magazines, all of the movies, music, well, they have their hand in everything. They own it all. And in actuality, I guess they do truly own the world and they run the world. And they do whatever the hell they want. I've never really come up with the answer to why they don't want people to know about a possible other planetary system in our solar system. Could it be the end of the world? Who the hell knows? I like to think not, but I could be wrong. I don't really know why they don't want this information divulged. I personally think that it is one of the most interesting things in science. And you see over the past 4 years, all of the exoplanets that NASA has discovered. Millions and millions and millions of miles away, light years away. They can see all of that bullshit, but they won't show you something that's in your own damn solar system. Why? Probably because it would cause a very, very serious panic. Astronomers, the ones that do have access to very sophisticated observatories with infrared technology, they know it's there. They're not going to ruin their careers like many others have by divulging the information. They're not going to divulge the information and lose all of their government grants. So they're not going to commit professional suicide. Why would they? They all have families. They all have bills to pay. They all need to make money. So they will do whatever the hell they're told. And that goes for every other country. Those are facts, not my opinions. Those are facts. So, getting back to the situation with my wife, that my ex-wife, that was very, very drastic, and it devastated my 2 kids, and they are still not over what has happened. But I'm not going to get into too much information about this other than saying over the past couple of months, things have become fishy. And I've had many conversations with one of the investigators because, down in South Florida, I lived there for 22 years. That's where my career was. Went to college there. And, any suicide, any death, big city like that, it gets investigated. And I spoke with the investigator a few days later, and he didn't really have a lot of information. Didn't even have the toxology tests back. But when all that did come back, we did have a few conversations. And they initially treat suicides or any kind of a death like that, they investigate it. And after a few weeks, this gentleman got back to me, and he said, look, Scott, this may not be anything, but I've been in this department for 18 years. And he goes, I have a lot of questions that have now popped up. Maybe you could help me answer them. And again, I'm not going to get into a lot of depth into this, but some of the questions that have arisen, okay, whenever somebody commits suicide by taking, a bottle of pills, drinking a bottle of alcohol, well, what do? If you're picking up the glass or the bottle, you're leaving fingerprints. If you're picking up the pill bottle to take the pills, you're leaving fingerprints. If you're in your own apartment, in your own bedroom, in your own bathroom, you're leaving fingerprints everywhere. Well, their forensics team found no fingerprints on the bottle, no fingerprints on a glass that was on the nightstand, and no fingerprints on the pill bottle, no fingerprints in the bedroom, and no fingerprints in the bathroom. And the only fingerprints that were on the doorknobs of the apartment came from the maintenance man and the building manager who found her because my daughter had called in for a welfare check because they're in college in the northern part of the state. So it's not like they could just jump in their car and, drive to mom's house. After almost 2 days of not getting a hold of her, my kids became suspicious and called in for that welfare check, and then that's when they found her. I have had so many death threats towards me over the years. I'm still here. I've had death threats against my family, my kids. I've had my business completely destroyed and shut down. And, over the last couple of months, that's what I've been working on, trying to, get my business back up and running. Because, folks, I do have to make a living. I am not rich. I do not make, thousands and thousands of dollars a month from YouTube. So, I'm just like everybody else. I do have to work. And, having my own business did allow me to spend a lot of time doing my research, developing techniques to uncover what NASA is hiding within these coronagraphs. It took me a few years to figure it out. I'm the only person on YouTube, maybe on this planet, that's not employed by the government, that has unraveled their little secrets on how they disguise and hide these objects on these coronagraphs. See, they have to give you access to these coronagraphs. Now, they can limit that because all of this is owned by the public. It's our taxpayer dollars. So therefore, they do have to give you some public access. Well, going back to 2007, when this object was recorded on stereo B orbiting the sun, oh boy, not too long after that kind of went public, and a New York Times reporter had been tipped off about it. And then, later on, the information was given to me by her. She was harassed and threatened to the point where she didn't want to deal with it anymore. I showed the information. Oh, boy. And that's when all the bullshit started. So as soon as you reveal the truth, then that's when they come after you. If your truth is credible, your information is credible, they will try to destroy you. So, getting back to my ex-wife's suicide, I don't get it. I don't get it. My son was 9 months away from graduating from college. My daughter was a year and a half away from graduating and possibly going to law school. My ex-wife was very, very active and involved in every aspect of their lives. Why take yours? Doesn't make sense, does it? The pain that her death has caused my family is great, intense. Mostly for my kids. Even though they are young adults, they are smart, they are strong, they have a backbone. Hey, they're just like me. They don't swear as much, though. But now I'm starting to wonder. No fingerprints? What happened? Ever since her death, things have turned themselves upside down. And then shortly after that, that's when YouTube came after me, claiming that one of my videos violated their policies on hate speech. Yeah. And they said you could reapply for monetization in 30 days. Big fucking deal. $250? Okay. That's what I make from YouTube. That pays my cable bill, which is $238 a month. But it doesn't stop me from continuing my research. Over the last couple of years, I've been trying my damnedest to develop a way to see through what they hide on these coronagraphs. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, what programs do you use? I don't own Photoshop. I've shown you people the programs in my computer before. I've never used Photoshop. I don't own Photoshop. And that's that. I am no graphic artist. I am pretty computer savvy. But yeah, I'm not some, animator. But I'm smart. And I know how the coronagraphs work. I know how the cameras on the stereo spacecraft and the SOHO spacecraft and the SDO spacecraft that monitor the sun, I know how they work. At some points, you're dealing with levels of extreme ultraviolet light. There has to be a way to see through what the coronagraphs are hiding. After years of work, I discovered a program which was pretty damn expensive, and it took me many months to figure out how to learn, how to use it to my advantage. Now, people ask me, show us your technique. Show us. I get all these comments all the time. Why would I show complete strangers how I'm breaking through the system to uncover the truth? That is stupid. Why would I reveal my secrets to uncovering the truth to complete strangers on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter? I don't know who you are. You could be one of these little NASA spies. You could be from the deep state. I don't know who the hell you are. So why would I reveal my secrets to uncovering the truth to any of you? Faithful subscribers and followers to Planet X News, do not take any offense to my words. But just think about it. Do companies divulge their trade secrets? Does Colonel Sanders go out there and give everybody his recipe for his fried chicken? No. To answer everybody's questions, stop asking me to show you my techniques. And they're very simple, but you have to know what to do. And you have to know when to look at the coronagraphs. What to look for, and the timing, and the positioning of these objects. I think there are two main objects that are massive, way bigger than Jupiter. Probably about 5 times the size of Jupiter. So I'm not going to reveal how I'm able to unmask the bullshit that NASA puts up on the public sites. Because if I do that, like I've done before back in 2016 and 17, what did I do? Opened my big fucking mouth. And what did they do? They took some of the tools away from us. Now we no longer have access to the Secchi data, which was critical. For the last 2.5 years, the new website is still under construction. Pfft, the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? It's taken NASA flyboys 3.5 fucking years to build a website. I could build a website in a few hours to show what they show. Give me a break. I opened my mouth. They took the information that I showed them, and then they shut it down. So, why would I do that again when we're finally capturing more than the truth? We are seeing things now that have never been seen before by the general public. Doesn't that make sense to you? If you have a trade secret, why would you announce it to your competitors? They're going to cut your throat. It's as simple as that. I found a way to break through the infrared spectrum, and I also found a way to see through what the coronagraphs are actually showing. There is manipulation being conducted on the coronagraphs through NASA. Not me, through NASA. They do it to the stereo coronagraph. They do it to the LASCO and SOHO. They are able to erase things. They are able to manipulate the data. And we have seen them time and time and time again just simply fucking deleting time. Why? Because they can't hide something explosive as what you're seeing on your screen now. So they probably did not, this probably just passed right by them. And they said, oh, nobody will see this. Yeah, one guy did see it, me. And I knew exactly what I was seeing. And I was floored. We've been searching for years and years and years now to see a photograph like what you're seeing on your screen now. Period. There's no photoshopping bullshit here. I show you folks high resolution photographs. I produce my videos in 1080p high definition, 60 frames per second, to show you there's no pixelization in any of the photographs I show you. There are no overlays of objects like I'm putting objects into the picture. If you know what you're doing, and I said, take screenshots of the photographs. Examine them yourself. If you're smart with a computer, you could even turn the photographs into a higher resolution, 4K, and you can zoom in real far. And you would easily be able to tell if that photograph was manipulated or objects were inlaid or overlaid into that photograph. So let's do that. Let's zoom in on the big object here. You see any pixels? You see any pixels at all? I don't know if you guys are watching me on a cell phone or, a super big, computer monitor, or, your big, gigantic flat screen in your man cave. But regardless of what you're watching me on, there's no pixels. None. Zero. And I always show you guys multiple photographs enlarged, zoomed in. Why? Because I want you to see that the photographs are, quote, Not doctored, not fake, but real. And just because the troll babies don't know what technique I'm using, they don't know what programs I'm using, they want to know. And they're not going to know. As simple as that. Let's take a closer look. Now I just switched over to this photograph, same photograph, but we're going to zoom in even more. What I found kind of interesting in this photograph was this object right here, which seems to have, I don't know, looks like a flaming tail behind it. Way too big to be a comet. But as you can see, there's no pixelization. You can't see that that little dark orange dot was overlaid in there. You can't see any of that. Look how clear those are. Yeah, they're a little blurry because we are zooming in, but these are all high definition photographs. Very, very high definition. Same here. There's no pixels. You could easily tell when somebody manipulates a photograph. So what do you think? You still think the photographs are doctored just because some little government troll baby leaves a comment and says, "Oh, Scott doctors the photographs. Look, here's the real pictures from the LASCO C2 and C3 coronagraphs. Look, there's nothing there." Well, of course there's nothing there, dumbass, because you can't see it. You're looking at what NASA wants you to see. That's why you can't see it. And you'll never see it unless I show it to you. That's why systematically they've tried to destroy me, my family, my business, and this damn YouTube channel. That right there, folks, the white circle that you see here, that is close to the size of the sun, and the big dark circle is the occulter. It's a built-in lens inside of the camera that blocks out the rays of the sun so you can see the coronal mass ejections. We're in a solar minimum, but the sun has been massively active with coronal mass ejections that I can predict based on dates on the calendar. Why? Because I know the orbit of this main object. It's about every 28 days. Now, going back to January, the beginning of this year, I mentioned to Mark over at Wages World, and Mark, if you're out there watching, you'll remember this conversation. I told him whenever we get into the months of June and July, we are going to get a different perspective of what is out there because of the positioning of the Earth in its orbit around the sun. We're getting a different viewpoint. We may just be able to see more than we've ever seen before with using the new technique to unravel what NASA's hiding, and in combination with the Earth orbiting around the sun. We'll have about 4 months, June, July, August, and September. Here we are. Incredible photo captures. When? In June and now July. So I discussed that with Mark 7 months ago. Here we are, 6 and 7 months later, and what I said back then is what you're looking at now. Oh, what? Did I manipulate something? Oh, I polished my crystal ball. No, I've done my homework. I've done my research. This is not a bullshit channel that shows you lens flares and planets in the clouds. This is not the mythological Nibiru channel where every single week you'll see a video by this one YouTube channel, Mr. Williams or whatever the hell it's called. Oh, Nibiru crashing into the earth in 3 days. That is another reason why I will not bring people aboard with me to show them the real truth, is because they will manipulate it to scare the living shit out of people and make money on it from YouTube. And if you look at those bullshit channels, they've got tens of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views. You know why? Because YouTube allows the bullshit because they know it's bullshit. They know it's a lie. They want people to believe the lie. They don't want people to believe in the truth. If they wanted people to believe in the truth, social media giants would not censor truthers, people in depth into revealing the truth. They would not censor that. Do you get it? Shit. Here we go. This was more data that I scooped up. And that's another thing too, folks. There are massive delays in this data. The SEEDS program stopped uploading data immediately after my last photo capture at the end of June. Okay. They went July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and it all came out all at one time. I think the reason why they're doing that is because, again, I've already revealed so much damn information that they know that I'll be looking for this object within the first 7 to 10 days of every month. And I've proven that time and time again by showing you the actual photo captures during those time frames in the beginning of the month and towards the end of the month. So they happened to release the data. It was a little fuzzy. Using this, the picture that you're seeing on your screen now is the difference model. I immediately saw what was there. And it didn't take much to bring out the depth in the photograph and simply reveal it. But the goddamn photograph's doctored. Yeah. I'm some kind of digital expert. No. I developed a technique to see through their bullshit. Here's zoomed in 100% on this photograph. You see any pixels? You see anything overlaid? No. No, you don't. So, let's zoom in a little more. So this is the zoomed in photograph, but I'm going to zoom in even more for you. Let's get right up in it. So, once again, if you were looking at a photograph that was doctored and that big dark gray looking ball was an inlay or an overlay into a photograph, man, you would be able to tell immediately with this type of zoom in quality. You could see some very, very slight pixelizations, but that is because of the coronagraph and all of the interference that it picks up during these coronal mass ejections, because it is getting blasted by all of these heavily charged particles, and they do interfere with the cameras and the detectors on the Stereo spacecraft, the LASCO SOHO spacecraft, and also the Secchi camera. There is a Secchi camera that is on the Stereo spacecraft. I do have access to it. It is not from their main website, which 3 fucking years has been in development. Yeah. They took it offline because I showed people some of the most incredible photographs, and then they took it away. But anyways, I mean, there you go. I mean, come on. Let's be realistic here. You guys are all over Facebook and Twitter on a daily basis. You see the bullshit doctored photographs that people put up. They're very easy to tell that they've been, you know, a photograph has been overlaid onto another photograph. Okay, but let's move on to the next photo. And I just clipped over to the zoomed in version, the next level of zoom. So let's zoom in even more and let's see what we see. I mean, look, if that's not up in your face, I don't know what is. Does that look like a doctored photograph to you? Does that look like it's fake? Does that look like somebody manipulated the photograph to look like a ball? A sphere? Come on, man. You got to do better than that. Let's just back off a little bit so we can see it. I mean, come on. Yeah. And then I always do, here's where I manipulate the photograph. I turn it into a negative. Oh! Oh! Yeah, Scotty's manipulating the photographs. He turned it into a negative, that son of a bitch. He's lying to everybody because he turned it into a negative. Ooh. Anywho, same situation. This is from July 5th. This data just came out. I got it at 4 o'clock this morning. So again, this is just a negative. We could zoom in. We don't see any pixelization whatsoever. We can move on to the next photograph, which is zoomed in, and we could zoom in even further. There you go. You see any pixels? You see any signs of the photograph being manipulated, overlaid, inlays, whatever the hell you want to call it? Let's move to the next photograph. Let's zoom in all the way. Well, that will look a little blurry on your screen because of the bright white light on the opposite side, which again, remember, this is a negative. I had one troll baby say, oh, when you're manipulating the photographs, you can't even get the correct side of that supposed object to have the light on the right side. Hey, dumbass, it's a negative. So naturally, the opposite side will be light colored. Duh. Anywho, anyhow, and anyway, let's get to this incredible photograph. And this is on the LASCO C2. Now, whenever you look at the original, what the NASA Puke Boys will show you, you won't see any of these details. Okay? But when you start removing the masks that they put over this, then you start to see what they're covering up. It's zoom time, baby. Now, I produced this photograph here in ultra high definition 4K. Okay? When you do that to photographs, if they have been manipulated, you're going to see pixels all over in different sizes, because you're not going to be able to match up the pixels of the original picture with the pixels of what you're trying to fake people out with by putting an overlay in there. Usually the overlay, the pixels will be much larger or sometimes much tinier, real small. You don't see any pixels in my pictures. None. The technique is proven. That's why all of these troll babies want to know how I do it. Keep on wishing. So anyways, we've zoomed in on that photograph. Now let's go to the zoomed in photograph of these objects, which is just absolutely incredible. This has proven to me, and I've been very skeptical over the years, that this Planet X was an actual Planet X system. I fought tooth and nail to deny that. Why? Because I didn't have the evidence. I didn't have the photographic evidence to show people. I don't want you to just take my word for it. It's, a hypothesis, a theory. We have to deal in truth. We have to deal in positives. So in today's photograph, shit, those are positives. Never seen before by anybody, but you're seeing it here, and you're only going to see it here. And like I said, let's zoom in on it. I think that's incredible. I mean, I sat for a few hours just staring at this photograph, because it shows everything, man. Incredible. 93 million plus miles away. And we're able to capture something that looks that clear. Yeah. The planet of the crossing. We've all heard that term before with the Nibiru mythology. We've all seen those old photographs that nobody knows where the hell they came from, of the mysterious, spherical object with a couple little planets that kind of formed a cross-looking thing. Nobody knows where they came from. Who the hell knows? But all I know is today we are seeing a very large planetary object, stellar core, Planet X, Nemesis, Nibiru, Destroyer, whatever the hell you want to call it. We are seeing somewhat of a cross pattern here. And when I saw that this morning, I kind of had to do a double take. It's very mysterious. I don't know what to make of it. It's a still photograph. I couldn't gather any more information off of the coronagraph because it wasn't there. One more frame, maybe 2 more frames, 3 more frames to show maybe some different positioning. But now, because I've shown all of you this, oh, you can guarantee that we'll never see those other frames. Never. Ever. Hey, listen, man, you know, I got Mark's in there in the live chat. I see he's having to boot people out for making, you know, dumb comments. Listen, man, when it comes to my live streams, mind your manners in the live chat. If you don't, you're going to get booted. So just chill out and soak up the evidence. This is a next zoomed in, and again, we've already reviewed this, but we'll zoom in even further. I think that's incredible. For 93 million miles away to get photographs as crisp as these are, yeah. And then this one up here, I don't know if that's a little bit of a light phenomenon behind it, or that's something going on that smaller sphere. I don't know if it could be a moon, it could be planets, but all I know is if we go back out to the regular size, these objects, all of the smaller ones that you see, they are way, way bigger than the Earth. Way bigger. Exact size, I don't know. But they are definitely way bigger than the Earth. Way bigger. Incredible. And see, you guys that follow this information and you want to know more about it, you're not going to see evidence like this on any other YouTube channel, no website, nowhere on the internet. You're only going to see it here because everybody else deals in fake crap. Lens flares from FAA cameras like that woman over there on the final days. Her channel is complete, utter bullshit. This other guy, Mr. Williams, that puts out these Nibiru videos, that Nibiru is going to crash into the earth in 3 days, you better run for cover. All of his videos, complete bullshit. All old crap, lens flares, made up stuff, all crap. See, but they want you to watch that. They don't want you to see the real truth. They want you to watch garbage. And some of you do. No matter how many times I've gone over in videos showing you people that those FAA webcams are nothing but a hoax, you guys still send me inbox messages, hey, check out this video from Final Days. Well, why should I waste my time watching complete nonsense? If there was a planet that could be seen by an FAA webcam hovering over the Earth, you wouldn't see that to begin with because the whole entire Earth would be engulfed by 300 to 500 foot tidal waves. If any of you know how the moon, our moon, the real moon, affects the tides on the Earth, what the hell do you think would happen if there was another planetoid out there bigger than the moon hovering over the Earth? What do you think it would do? Hello? Okay, so we know the FAA webcams are nothing more than light anomalies. Once again, another YouTube channel taking advantage of you. And again, some of you guys fall for it. I don't know what to tell you. Stop watching that bullshit and stick to the real deal right here, Planet X News. That's where you're going to get the real information. You're never going to see photographs like this anywhere else. You're never going to see the truth like this anywhere else. I'm sorry. Not being arrogant or stuck up, but it's the truth. Period. Let's move on. So, once again, I've manipulated a photograph by turning it into black and white. Why? Because I want to be able to see a little bit more detail of what I uncovered, what I revealed by unmasking NASA's cover-up, NASA's bullshit. And again, let's zoom in. Now, this area right through here is going to look a little pixelated because I turned it into black and white. And black and white is not the true color of the photograph. So you might see a little pixelization in the coronal mass ejection itself, but you are not going to see any pixelization in any of those damn objects, any of those spheres. Look at them. That's crazy. It's almost kind of shaped like our solar system. You have some smaller planets, if that's what they are, orbiting around a sun or a core or, a brown dwarf, whatever it may be, its main object. And then you have other objects that are in the outer banks, such as Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. They're out there a little further. They may look very close in this photograph, but trust me, they are separated by millions of miles. Millions. Incredible. So we're already zoomed in on the black and white. Let's zoom in even further. This object here I find pretty damn intriguing. This little one here. It has some light actually showing on it. These ones are darker. And once again, up here at the top, I wanted to see, by turning this into a black and white, I wanted to see if this little flaming protrusion coming out of the back of this little sphere would disappear, and it didn't. So that's telling me that that is an actual, real source of visible light. Breaking through the infrared spectrum is not easy. They do a pretty damn good job at NASA to cover this up. So you can't see it by looking at the regular images and the coronagraphs. And they give you limited frames. Why? Because some of the frames they may not be able to manipulate that well to make it look real. You would probably be able to notice easily that they've covered something up. But we could zoom in. Well, this is zoomed in. We'll go to the next picture, which is a higher resolution, and we'll be able to zoom in on it even further. So we will go all the way in. And again, I found this object up here to be pretty damn intriguing with this long tail behind it. That could be some kind of gaseous material. I don't really know. And I just find this smaller sphere down here with the light shining on it. You could see just barely there. I find it pretty intriguing. I'd like to know more. Don't we all? Pretty incredible. But I think this photograph here will forever be burned in my mind and my memory. We've wanted to know for so long Is this an actual system? And then more questions come up. And it's two ways. Is our solar system, which includes the sun, in this Planet X system, or is the Planet X system in our solar system? Folks, we're just not stationary in our galaxy. Everything in space is in constant motion. We move. Our solar system moves. The galaxies move. Everything moves. So did our solar system over some time enter into another solar system? Galaxies collide. Why can't solar systems? Yeah. So, if scientists came out there and they made a public statement and they said, in 10 years from now, it is estimated that our solar system will be entering another solar system and we don't know what's going to happen. Oh, shit! What the hell do you think the world population would do? They would be scared shitless. Think about it. You want to talk about the last days? You may be looking at them. We're only human. Our science is nowhere near perfect. And our science, as humans, makes a lot of mistakes. And a lot of science is based off of theory and a hypothesis. And they want you to believe every bit of it. All of it that you were taught in school. Now, they barely teach earth-space science in schools. I wonder why. I truly do. Incredible. Is this the reason why things are going haywire on this planet? It may be part of it. We may be in for a very, very rocky road over the next 5 to 10 years. I don't think our human scientists really know what to make of it. And, here's another factor. Knowing that all of this is out there very, very near to our sun, and it is creating issues with our sun in the form of massive, massive plasma ejections, coronal mass ejections. Any one of those could affect the Earth in a very, very, very horrible way. Number one, destroying the electrical grid around the world. Could you imagine if all electricity went out and was destroyed on the entire Earth? It would go black. Now, generators may possibly work. It would all depend. If that was a massive EMP that came, some generators wouldn't work. Cars wouldn't work. It would be a death-defying situation around the world. In cold regions, they wouldn't be able to produce heat. In very hot regions, they wouldn't be able to create air conditioning. What kills people in the wintertime? Freezing temperatures. What kills people in the dead of summers in some areas? Extreme heat. A lot of factors. There is more to this than just showing you some fake pictures from an FAA webcam. I do believe that this is one of the main reasons why the mainstream science does not want to get involved. Because maybe they think none of it would be good news. Why all of a sudden this huge push over the last couple of years, and more so now than ever, to create a one world government? They obviously know something that we don't. I'd be very cautious, folks. You know, the things that are happening in the world right now are very drastic. And they are going to become even more drastic and violent. There is a lot churning in the background that we don't know about, and it's been churning for a long period of time. We will see another false flag. You can guarantee that. You have a big election coming up. Two powerful forces fighting it out. And one of those forces is trying their damnedest to manipulate the population of this country and manipulate the way people see America, the United States. But a lot of the European countries are heavily involved. A lot of the Eastern European countries are also heavily involved, including China, Japan, all of the big players. The people in these government positions were placed there for a reason. Remember the old song from back in the 40s? Happy days are here again. Happy days are here again. Well, I think those happy days are gone for good. But we cannot go on with each of our lives in a constant worry. Live your life. Do what you need to do. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your family and your friends. Do what you need to do. But if you find this information, what's going on in space within our solar system, and you want to educate yourself and you want to listen to it, then listen to it. But don't worry about it. Don't worry like, oh, it's the last days. Because if it was the last days, what are you going to do about it? Not a damn thing, because it is all out of your power. It is truly intriguing, the times that we are living in right now. Some very chaotic, and some very, very interesting. I find all of this that I research to be very interesting. And I want to know more. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that feel the same. So We will see what happens. Only time will tell. It is as simple as that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Whatever will be, will be. But continue watching for my videos. The reason why I haven't narrated any of the videos or I haven't done any live streams is because of the boob tubes, algorithm. They record every word that you say, and their artificial intelligence creates what I say into a transcript, and then they censor the fucking video. That's their technology. That's what those creepy little geeky bastards do. Same thing with face puke. Yeah. They ought to just join forces and fuck each other, for Christ's sake. But they are manipulating the world. They are manipulating the world population. I don't fall for it. And there's a lot of other people that don't. But again, if you're interested in the information and you have an interest in, Earth, space, science, and, we've already seen the effects of what's happening out there with our sun and in our inner solar system. We see the effects of what is happening here on Earth. That would be something to be worried about. None of these planetoids, stellar cores, I don't think any of them are going to be coming close to Earth anytime soon, not in your lifetime. None of them are going to be crashing into the Earth, not in your lifetime. So don't worry about any of that. But if you are interested in seeing these objects revealed, then watch the videos. If you think it's all fake and it's all bullshit, turn the channel. Go watch a kitty cat video or something, Don't bother me. Don't harass me. But that's never going to end. Period. And, I have to protect my family. I am trying to get my business back together. So, like everybody else, I have an income and I could go through my life living my last days. And, I'm pretty close to getting things back together. I've been working day and night, 7 days a week to get these things accomplished. I've also invented a new machine that is going to be helping me in my business. I've already built 2 prototypes, and they work absolutely phenomenally, man. And I'll be doing some more testing on what I've built in the last couple of days. So I'm not going to be talking too much about what I do on this damn YouTube channel because I've already had some weird things happen to my business like last November. Just completely shut the fuck down. Sold the building, had 30 days to move everything out, and the building is still fucking empty. 8 months later. Who the hell buys a big automotive garage for more money than it's worth and then does nothing with it? Yeah, I was a tenant, me and my partner. We had a thriving business. Good business. I was already warned of that. If they can't get to you emotionally or physically, they'll punch you in the mouth financially. Well, it seems they did just that. And I see all these other YouTube channels that are out there, doing their live streams, and their subscribers are pumping tons of money into their YouTube channels through their their super chat. You know, they're making $200-300 just in super chat donations a day. A day. You know, and I can't afford to contribute 10-12 hours a day to this research right now anymore, because I have to get my business back in order. My kids have lost their mother tragically. I've lost my business back in November, which was a tragic situation for me. Plus all of the extracurricular bullshit that I have to go through with the social media giants. And all the bullshit emails that I get with all the death threats. I'd like to share a bunch of them with you, but there is a couple of them that are currently under investigation by law enforcement because they're pretty bad. And I'm hoping one day that they get their shit together, maybe make an arrest, and that way I could have my day in court and face these fucks. But who knows? Seems they want to defund the police. Yeah. Just think, folks. It will be like the Wild Wild West in 2020. Yeah. Put your cowboy boots on. Get your what the hell they call them? Your 6-shooter. Yeah. Who knows what the hell will happen? We'll see. But anyways, folks, I got a long day tomorrow, like I do every damn day. And just watch for my videos. You know, they may be short, but they will be sweet and they will be informative. And you will see things that you will not see on any other YouTube channel, Facebook page, Twitter posts, or, you know, some website. You will only see the best and the realest videos. The realest Planet X information. Photos and data. That much is a fact. Anyways, folks, I'm out of here. Share this live stream. You know, Facebook will probably censor it if it has my name on it. They'll know. They read all of that linked data. But it is what it is. At least try. And, you know, before too long, I'm probably going to be exiting YouTube completely and only using my private Planet X News private membership site. It's $5 a month, folks. I reveal all of the photographs in high definition. Videos and articles from my website are also posted there. If you want to support this channel, join the private membership site. I show all of the information there first, sometimes even days in advance. And again, it's $5 a month. If you want to support this channel in that way, go that route. The link is in the description box under all of my videos. It just simply states Planet X News, private membership site. It's right there in the description box. But anyways, folks, I'm out of here. Be safe, and you'll hear from me soon. I'll try to keep up with some live streams here as much as possible. But take care and be safe.